So the Jets acquired Minkah Fitzpatrick in a trade with the Dolphins in exchange for a 7th-round pick. They will then sign the veteran safety to a 3-year, $40 million deal. He's 30, going on 31 years old. Jets reunite with linebacker Demario Davis on a 2-year, $22 million deal. You might as well just take money and burn it in front of your fucking face.
Yeah, really.
The man's 37. You're telling me you couldn't bring back Quincy Williams? Quincy Williams just got 2 years, $17 million from the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
We couldn't
that was
pay
a
that?
big blow. That was a big blow.
He is the best tackler on the Jets defense, and we let Quincy Williams go to Cleveland. So the Browns took the Jets' best tackler and former All-Pro away for 2 years, $17 million. Hey, Darren, do me a favor. Wake up. Reuniting with Demario Davis, 2 years, $22 million. The man's making $11 million per year to be 37 and 38 years old. That's just wild to me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FTB podcast. I am your host, Chris Gulick, alongside my co-host, Tom Savino. But we will be discussing the week that was. NFL free agency is here and very active, as both New York teams are making significant moves. The Knicks are, once again, confusing us all with their recent play. But the positive is opening day is now 16 days away. So it got us wondering, are these teams ready to go for the start of the 2026 season? We will address that riveting topic in a bit. But first, do me a favor. Take a seat.
Let's talk.
All right, here we go. Well, I mean, naturally, the first question is going to be why are there shades on? So, Dom had a great night last night.
It was rough.
You know, not going to get into specifics, but figured
Rough.
since he's wearing shades, I wasn't going to leave him hanging. So I said, all right, I'm going to put shades on for the episode. You know what? I got to tell you, looks good. Looks good.
We look like we're
You know what I
undercover
mean?
cops.
That's right. That's right. You just do one of these. That's it. That's it. That's all I got to do. Bingo. You're talking. Who you talking to? Talking to me? All right.
You talking to me?
That's what I thought. Dom, how was your weekend? If you want to even get into it.
It was great though. Besides the rough day yesterday, it was good. It was good. It was very fun. In my neighborhood, we have like our own St. Patrick's Day every first Saturday of March. So I was out with my friends and it was a great time. I always love this time of year, especially like in my neighborhood. It's probably one of my favorite times of the year. And I'm sure whoever's watching who's from my neighborhood can also agree as well. So, Chris, I invited you, but you're like, go fuck yourself, and I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah, it definitely didn't happen. So what really happened was I already had plans to go to my good friend Marco's younger brother's surprise 25th birthday party. I got to tell you, it was a great time. Let's use the word mangled as the word to
Mangled?
use.
That's
That's the
a
word of
good
the
one.
day, mangled, because
That's
Dom
a
was
good one.
mangled the other night. I
I
was
was mangled.
mangled that same night. I mean, you want to talk about just, drank on drank for hours. And Marco's younger brother, Matthew, was definitely surprised that there was a party going on. I will say his girlfriend did a great job. It was a fantastic party. We played every game imaginable and every drinking game you could think of. And it was one hell of a time. Of course, I slept over and then had to wake up and get home to do 5 hours of work, which I'm still questioning how I did it. But I guess I'm him. But that's really everything with that.
Him.
Um, go ahead.
You're him.
Go ahead. Yeah, right. Exactly. I can. Yeah, I can agree to that for sure. I can concur. That's the word I was looking for. So that's that for the weekend. Sunday literally just slept from like 3 o'clock on. Did watch a bit of the Lakers Knicks game. We'll get into that in a bit. And then yesterday was beautiful weather. I got to be honest. I actually didn't have to work yesterday. That was great. Went golfing with my mother. And then moved around at a barbecue with my family. Weather's fantastic today. Yeah, I'm matching shades with Dom today, but you know what? It's a little bright out for a change. We have beautiful weather outside.
We're
I
back.
mean, it's fantastic. I'll be golfing at the links at 3 o'clock today. I'm very excited. Um, letting the dog out the crate, letting the bird out the cage. I don't know, letting the lion out of the den. Pick whichever, but that's going to be going on at 3 o'clock on the links today. So that's everything with the intro. The order that we're going to be going in today, NFL, it's only appropriate with everything that's been going on today and yesterday, and that will continue to be going on for the next week or so. Then the NBA, and then the MLB is where we're going to be wrapping it up. So we're going to start with the NFL first. Dom, NFL free agency, and you said it last Tuesday. We're going to know more about what's going on with the NFL on Monday, and it's been quite active. I mean, from the start, from sunrise to sunset yesterday, NFL free agency has been heating up, and it's been quite piping hot. So you can start with the Giants and their moves from even this morning and yesterday.
So first, I'm going to talk about who we lost, and then I'm going to talk about our latest additions. The one that is going to fuck all of us up the most is Cordell Flott. Well, first of all, before I even say any other names, Brian Daboll just said, go fuck the Giants. I'm going to go pick every single free agency that was on the Giants and go bring them here. We lost Wan'Dale Robinson, we lost Daniel Bellinger, and we lost Cordell Flott to the Tennessee Titans. I bring up Cordell Flott's name again. We lost him on a 3-year, $45 million deal. And according to Connor Hughes, we allegedly had him in the bag until a last Hail Mary by Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh said, this is how I'm going to use you. We need you on this team. This is how we're going to put you in all these different schemes. And then Cordell Flott probably was like, you know what? I don't got to pay all this tax in New York. My ass is getting out of here. Do I blame him? Not one bit. Am I hurt about it? Absolutely. Because our cornerback room is probably one of the worst in the NFL right now because of that. Not looking good at all. There's some names that we did sign at cornerback, which I'll get into later. Wan'Dale Robinson, 4 years, $78 million. I'm not doing that. Are you? Chris, you're not doing that. I know you're not.
Probably not. Probably not. No.
There's no way. Great player. He had the best year of his career last year, reached over 1,000 yards. Congratulations to him. Congratulations on getting your money. Don't care. Sayonara. I can't. And even I said last episode, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not in John Harbaugh's system. And he clearly wasn't. But let's say even if he was, his price was way too high. And I don't think anyone was going to sign him for that much money except for the Titans. I don't know. The Titans, they acted like they're from LA yesterday with all the money that they spent. But that's beside the point. Daniel Bellinger, it really it's such a underrated, just terrible move that he's gone now. Just because that he can play every single position when it comes to tight end. And he can even play fullback. He can play fullback. He can block really well, which is something that's very underrated with his game. And he's a great pass catcher. His rookie year, he was supposed to be a pass-catching tight end, but because of how atrocious and asinine the Giants' offensive line is, they had no choice but to make him block. That's how bad it was. So that's something that it's not really going to be talked about by anyone. But if you're a real Giants fan and you're someone that's been following this team, later on you're going to be like, wow, this is such a big loss. And now I'm going to get to who we signed. The Giants, this was someone that was predicted in all these mock free agent signings for a month now, that we were going to get this player, Isaiah Likely. So on paper, this looks like an amazing move. You know, this is supposed to be an A+ move. Am I impressed by this move? Yes. I don't think this is like the greatest move ever. This is coming off as someone who gets hurt. This is coming off as someone who can't block either. No one talks about that either when it comes to Isaiah Likely, because he's such a good pass catcher that it just sucks that he can't block. But we got to hope that he's not blocking a lot. That's all we got to hope for. That's number one. Also, the contract, 3 years, $40 million, that's really not bad at all, especially for someone like him. Does he have a lot of numbers? No, he doesn't have a lot of numbers because he was backing up Mark Andrews for his entire career, basically. So when you look at his stats, you're going to be like, oh, this isn't impressive. Well, yeah, because he's sharing all these carries. But do you know why, like, I'm very pissed off with this move too? I'm very pissed off because this is all Theo Johnson's fault. This is all Theo Johnson's fault because he does not know how to catch a fucking ball. And do you know who else's fault this is? Darius Slayton's fault. Because he's another person who cannot catch a fucking ball for his life. I'm a better pass catcher than both of them. And Theo Johnson is about 7'10". This guy is ginormous, and he can't catch a damn ball. It's actually fucking pathetic, if you ask me. We re-signed Jermaine Illuminor. That made my whole day yesterday. 3 years, $39 million. Such an underrated offensive lineman. And honestly, it's a steal. From what he did last year, he should have been signed for way more money. Way more money than what it was. So I know that if you can tell from all this tweets that he puts out, that he loves being a New York Giant, even though the record didn't show it. He loved the organization. So I'm happy that we have someone in that building that's going to lead us, especially on the offensive front, because obviously that's what we need the most and what we've been hoping for, a good offensive line for a decade. And last year, even though the record didn't show it, it was one of the best years our offensive line had in a decade. We were actually ranked in the dead middle at 14 or 15 when it comes to offensive line. So thank God for that. Thank God that he's back. Darius Washington, someone coming from Baltimore, who is going to be a cornerback too. He doesn't really have that much numbers. Another player who was just, going in and out of the lineup. Someone that we need at corner, just for like a depth piece. I'm just so shocked still that Cordell Flott's on this team, and that our cornerback one at the moment is Deonte Banks.
Terrible.
Deonte freaking Banks.
Terrible.
It's actually horrible. 1 year, $3 million deal. It's just let's just hope that he does something for us. Let's just hope that if someone gets hurt, he's going to be in for us. So we'll see how that goes. But the best one out of all of them, Tremaine Edmonds. Wow, I am so happy for this guy, man. I'm so happy for the Giants. I'm so happy for him. His contract was 3 years, $36 million. It's a great deal. The only reason why he's on the Giants is because he was a cap casualty for the Bears. So thank God for the Bears' dumb decisions in the financial market. But he's someone that is going to be good in coverage, and he's also someone, get ready for this, Chris, he can stop the run. I can't believe that I'm even saying these fucking words right now. That the fact that he can stop the run, someone on the Giants defense can do that?
Attaboy. There it is.
We're going to the fucking Super Bowl at this rate. I
No, you're
mean,
not.
Jesus, fuck. Yeah, I know we're not. It's just a joke. Everyone
Yeah.
that's listening and not watching my face, take it easy. I was
Mhm.
joking, but I'm thank God we have someone, a good linebacker who can do both, who can cover in the pass and also can stop the run. He doesn't
Yeah.
really have a lot of tackle for loss stats in that category, but you know what? As long as he can stop the run for them moving down the field, I'll take it. And I don't remember the last time we had like a really good cover linebacker. I a decade too, probably. I can't even think of a name right now, honestly. But the fact that we'll have him and then we'll also have Michael McFadden back, we have Abdul Carter. Our linebacker room is looking really solid. Jordan Stout, a punter coming from Baltimore, 3 years, $12.3 million. We released Jamie Gillian, and for all the Giant fans who had to watch his atrocity for over the past 3-4 years, um, we'll be happy with anyone at this point. We'll even be happy with Chris's cat, if he got signed. So
Yes.
you know
Yes.
what? That's okay. That's perfectly
Mhm.
okay. We re-signed Isaiah Hodgins back, which for just a 1-year deal, which makes sense just because Wandale's gone and he's a fan favorite and he's a tall pass catcher and he knows what he's doing. So you know what? I'm not upset with that at all, especially if it's only a 1-year deal. We also re-signed Chris Manhertz, the tight end. And then also, this just happened an hour ago. Gavin Newsom, he was coming from the Jaguars, but he only played there for 4 games before being traded from the Browns on a 1-year, $10 million deal. And I was looking, this only happened about an hour ago, and I don't really know much about him, but I've been looking up his stats and I've been looking at videos, and it's not looking good at all, actually. It's
Well, I'm
very
just
bad.
gonna be straight. The man sucks.
Yeah, it's not
So
okay at all.
yeah. Yeah. $10 million to just be dirt terrible.
Yeah, so allowed 5 touchdowns last year and 9 over the last 2 years. Passer ratings of 109 and 120.7 during the same stretch. Penalties were an issue last year. He was flagged 5 times. But the only reason why that he's even getting a contract like this is because he was a former first-round pick. But it's not panning out, clearly.
$10 million.
Clearly at all.
$10
So
million. He's getting $10 million.
last year he had a passer completion percentage from opponents of 67.9%. They were 53 of 78, 641 yards, gave up 5 touchdowns, had 1 pick and 2 pass breakups, sorry. 2024, which was a better year, not by much, but better, gave up 470 yards. Quarterback went 31 of 46, 67.4%, gave up 4 touchdowns, had 1 pick and 3 pass breakups.
Mhm.
So it's not looking good at all. Our cornerback room is really bad. Now I'm wondering, I'm so sorry, and I got to look up his name, but the cornerback from LSU, he's up for consideration now. Now we got Tremaine Edmonds. Are we gonna try and get Sonny Styles from Ohio State now? We might not even need him,
I
even
don't
though he
know.
could be a generational talent. Um, Now our cornerback room is really low, and I wouldn't be surprised if we try and get a top corner in this draft.
Okay. So
Cordell
what
Flott really messed us up because the
uh,
Giants they were set in stone. We're like, this isn't even a debate, no question. I don't even think really anyone's going to compete with us. We're re-signing him, and it didn't happen. Brian
so
Dable took him right from under us.
yeah, I mean, the name that I'm seeing getting thrown out there now for him is Cordell Flock because he left and he went over to the Titans. But you call him, call him as you wish. But so with all that being said, I'm gonna move away from the cornerback room. I do have a question for you, Dom. And it's slightly intriguing. I don't know if you're gonna see it the same way as I do. So obviously, Kenneth Walker II went to Kansas City. I mean, for the love of God, nobody else could get this guy. I mean, he had to go to Kansas City. Couldn't believe I saw that. So hold on, before you even say anything, I have a question for you. Okay. So Kenneth Walker's off the table. Travis Etienne is going to the Saints.
Yep.
So do the Giants maybe pick up the phone and ask about Alvin Kamara?
No.
No,
No way. No way.
really.
He's getting older. Honestly, he just seems, in my opinion, he just seems like he's done with football.
Hmm.
It just seems like that he has no motivation to go back out there. Yeah, he's getting paid, and yeah, he's frolicking around behind the offensive line, like how Le'Veon Bell used to do it, but he's nowhere near how Le'Veon Bell used to do it. Especially seeing him last year, and also with him being on my fantasy team and fucking me over, I was able to tell what he did last year, and it was absolutely nothing. And
I'm just
plus,
wondering if maybe a change of scenery would help the man out. Maybe he gets some rejuvenation if he goes somewhere else. It's just a thought. I don't know. He's only 30.
it,
I mean, he's not like
it
he's
could.
35. I mean, he still, I think, has, and it wouldn't be a major. Maybe I should have prefaced by saying it wouldn't be the major role that he would take on because that's really more for um, Tyrone Tracy Jr. and, of course, why is his name
Cam
slipping
Cannibal.
my mind? Scatterboot, thank you. It would be for them, and then Alvin Kamara would come in and just, help them out. I mean, he would probably be a running back too over Tyrone Tracy. I don't find Tyrone Tracy to be very good. So I think Alvin Kamara, maybe a change of scenery would rejuvenate him. I don't know. I don't know if that's how you see it, or you're more on the train of, yeah, he's done with football. I don't see any motivation there.
I mean, you're not wrong. Maybe a change of scenery could help. I mean, it's
Maybe,
definitely helped with
maybe.
some players, so that could be the case. I just not gonna lie, I never thought of that ever until you just asked me that question. But if it's hey, if it's for a very cheap deal, I'll do it.
Okay.
Because obviously Tyrone Tracy will be there, but with Cam Scatterboo, they're saying that he's gonna be ready, but at the same time, do the Giants themselves want him to be going 100% week 1? I don't think so. I'm
I
sure
don't think
they're
so either.
probably for the first few weeks, at least for most of the first month of the season for September, that he's gonna be on a snap count.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed of another running back coming in
Mm-hmm.
just for that, but at the same time, we do have Devin Singletary, even though he's not Alvin Kamara, but they just, restructured his deal, so it doesn't seem like that he's gonna be going anywhere. But if you wanna upgrade the talent, I mean, hey, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you have to say regarding the Giants before I get on to the Jets?
Yeah, that I know now people are gonna be like, "Oh, now we don't have any good corners, and now we got rid of Wan'Dale Robinson." You know what? I don't care. I don't care what people are saying about this. I still want them to draft a defensive player. I
Mm-hmm.
still want them to draft a corner or a linebacker or a defensive tackle or something. Upgrade this defense to the best that you could, and then even if our offense isn't that great, we'll go far. I mean, look at the Patriots. Look at what the Patriots they didn't have a great offense. They had a great defense though.
Yeah, they also had an easy schedule, Dom.
Also an easy schedule, which we will have not that much of an easy schedule, but defense wins championships at the end of the day. even though with the Seahawks, they didn't have that much. They didn't have an easy schedule, but they had
No.
even though they had a good offense, but they damn sure had one of the best defenses in the league with Leonard Williams and DeMarcus Lawrence and Tarik Woolen and all these great players,
Witherspoon.
Julian Love. So
Witherspoon was their best player.
Witherspoon, exactly. So add to the defense. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. All right. So that's everything regarding the Giants from Dom. Moving on to the Jets, they've made some moves.
Yes, they
But in
did.
my person, I'm sorry.
Yes, they did. They made some moves, right?
Yeah, they made some moves. But Dom, the problem is that a lot of these guys are over the age of 30. And frankly, for the moves that, they did make, I mean, Minka Fitzpatrick is 30, 31 years old. Are his best days behind him? Some say yes, some say no. So the Jets acquired Minka Fitzpatrick in a trade with the Dolphins in exchange for a 7th-round pick. They will then sign the veteran safety to a 3-year, $40 million deal. Not crazy amount of money, but still, they're going to sign him to a 3-year contract. He's 30, going on 31 years old. Jets reunite with linebacker Demario Davis on a 2-year, $22 million deal. You might as well just take money and burn it in front of your fucking face.
Yeah, really.
The man's 37. You're telling me you couldn't bring back Quincy Williams? Quincy Williams just got 2 years, $17 million from the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
We couldn't
that
pay
was a
that?
big blow. That was a big blow.
He is the best tackler on the Jets defense. And we let Quincy Williams go to Cleveland? I relate Cleveland to what Joakim Noah, the Bulls center, said years ago in a post-game press conference. You go to Cleveland for vacation? I don't know anybody who goes to Cleveland for vacation. That's how I see Cleveland every time I think of Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, so the Browns now signed Quincy Williams and took the Jets' best tackler and former All-Pro away for 2 years, $17 million. Hey, Darren, do me a favor. Wake up. 37 years old. Reuniting with Demario Davis, 2 years, $22 million. The man's making $11 million per year to be 37 and 38 years old. That's just wild to me. Joseph Osai on a 3-year, $36 million deal. I don't know. Doesn't really move the needle.
No, it
Kingsley
doesn't.
and Egbear on a 1-year, $10 million deal. Don't know him. And it's for 1 year. So it sounds like an experiment. It's kind of like Gavin Newsom. I mean, I don't know. So not really much to say on those. But getting away from those deals, what I am interested in talking about is that both the Jets and Giants, Tom, I'm sure you saw this, are interested in
No.
trading for Jaguars wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr.
My God, that'd be fantastic
Jets
for
need
both
to
of us.
be all in on this.
Yep.
I don't care what his down year was last year. He played 14 games. He missed a few games last season, but his rookie year was sensational. He's
It was.
6'2", 210 pounds. We know what he could do as a lethal wide receiver. Again, as I just said, down year last season, but his first year, he was a Pro Bowl wide receiver, and he caught over 1,200 receiving yards, and he had 10 touchdowns. He had a fantastic rookie year. He had the proverbial sophomore slump and didn't do as well. Only had a little over 700 yards and only had a couple of touchdowns. But I will say this, and I'm going to say this in a certain way. If the Jets can trade for Brian Thomas Jr. and get that wide receiver too they desperately need, I will be more inclined to let the Jets go straight defense in the first round. I'll be
I mean,
good with straight
that's okay.
defense. Yeah, for picks
Yeah.
2 and 16, I'm good with Arvell Reese and whoever the heck you want to put on defense. I'd be good with it. But what I will say is I also would still be inclined to still try to get a wide receiver in the first round because of the recent year that Brian Thomas Jr. just had. But I have full faith that he can return back to his rookie season form And so if they do trade for Brian Thomas Jr. and they go all in for it, which I think they should, he's still on a 4-year rookie deal. He's got 2 more years on his deal. So he's not costing that much. He was a first round 23rd overall pick in 2024. Then I'd be okay with the Jets going straight defense in the first round. But you
Yeah,
have
of
to get
course.
Brian Thomas. The Giants could use him, obviously. They don't even have Wan'Dale Robinson anymore. So I think it's going to be a New York battle affair for Brian Thomas Jr. But Dom, that could lead me to another question. You got to agree with me then the Giants too should also be in on this trade.
Absolutely. We have did you not hear me? We have Darius fucking Slayton. That's who
Yeah,
we have.
speaking of 3-year, $36 million contracts, that number has been getting floating around every year, but that one's just not very good.
Nope. Horrible. You know, Brian Thomas Jr., a former teammate of Malik Neighbors, so that'd be pretty cool for them to reunite back, but in New York this time. It would be just help a lot out, especially with all the noise coming with the 5th pick. People think they're going to draft Sonny Styles. People think they're going to draft Carnell Tate. You know, so it would definitely help with the situation that would happen next month. But obviously it all depends on what the better deal is that the Jaguars are willing to take.
Right.
You know, it's like who has a better package? Who has better or even players? I could even say this right now. If the Giants really want him, and if they're trying to trade Kayvon Thibodeau anyway, why not do a straight up trade?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that and a draft pick.
For
Uh,
Brian Thomas Jr.
yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau and some type of pick. I don't know what round that they'd do. Maybe I don't know, a 4th or a 5th or 6th or something like that. Why not pull the trigger? We clearly
Mm,
can't get rid of Darius Slayton. Who the fuck wants him? But you know
yeah.
that would be an interesting package that I could see the Jaguars picking up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely an intriguing topic of conversation. And I'm going to go back to, of course, Connor Hughes reporting about the Brian Thomas Jr. trade possibility. So, what Connor said here was sources the Jaguars are entertaining offers for wide receiver Brian Thomas. SNY TV has learned both the Jets and Giants explored Thomas at the trade deadline last year, but Jacksonville wasn't willing to do any deal. That stance has changed. Thomas had a down 2025, 48 catches, 707 yards, 2 TDs, but was tremendous as a rookie. And so, again, this is something that the Jets really need to be bought into because, as I said last week and even the week before, I think when I did my solo episode, one of those 2 first-round picks should be used on a wide receiver. They need a wide receiver too. It's been going on for too long. And plus, if you think about it, with 2 years left of a rookie deal for Brian Thomas, we know that next year is going to be a bit of a wash. Let's be straight up with it. I don't really care who
Mhm.
they acquire in free
Yeah.
agency. They don't have a quarterback. And then the following year, okay, it's his last year, year on his rookie deal, but he was a first round pick, so you could pick up his 5th-year option. So I just think logistically, and with the deals and the finances, it just makes sense to trade for this guy. So it kind of works out. So again, I would try to get him. I think the Jets should be all in for it. So that's everything with that. And then of course the Patriots signed AVT to a 3-year, $42 million deal worth up to
Oof.
$48 million. I mean, what the fuck?
I was heartbroken. I really thought the Giants had a shot, but
I mean, the
with that money,
Patriots couldn't go anywhere else, had to go to New England.
yep.
Watch, this guy's gonna be a stud and he's gonna stay healthy because that's
Yeah,
just the
exactly.
Jets curse all the fucking time. I mean, let's
He's
be
gonna be
honest.
healthy. That's the thing. He's gonna be
Right,
healthy.
right. Unreal.
It's this MetLife turf, man. I'm telling you,
Unreal.
it's this fucking
Yeah.
MetLife turf.
I honestly think, again, if you're able to trade for Brian Thomas Jr. and you maybe make a couple of other acquisitions, especially, I mean, cornerback. I mean, you got a safety in Minka Fitzpatrick, but they need to get some sort of cornerback. I don't know, in the draft, try to keep developing, but Lord knows if that's going to work for the Jets. I don't think the development staff is very good. So unless it's going to get better under Darren Muji and sleeping Aaron Glenn over at the combine. But they have to be active with trying to get Brian Thomas. I'll keep reiterating it till the cows come home. But for me with the Jets, that's everything I got. So Dom, are you okay to move on to the NBA?
Well, before that, I just want to say,
Mm.
like, it's just that, like, I mean, we both have been going through it as Giants and Jet fans, and for a while now, for a decade plus. But when it comes to this Jets yesterday, it's just a huge slap in the face. There's no, yeah, maybe you can say they had a game plan, right, of just getting defensive players, but shitty ass defensive players, just so you can say that you did something in free agency. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it was going to be very hard for you guys to get free agents in the first place,
Of course.
but that's the best you could do.
Well, see, Dom, but that's the problem. Okay, this is where I go back to the reel and the short that we made, where I talked about relating the Jets organization to the housing market. I mean, after a while, you build up this failing reputation season after season. Yeah. I mean, would you go play for the Jets? I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't. I would try to go elsewhere. So that is the problem. But the thing is, and that's why everyone's like, well, how are you going to get free agents? Dude, what you have to do is then you have to strip it from the top down. You have to bring in a certain developmental staff that can obviously do their job correctly so that when you draft guys in the draft, you can develop them throughout their. That's why they give 4-year contracts to as rookie deals so that you have time to mold them into what you need to and what you want, and then they become productive players for you. Now you build some sort of success. Now maybe some of these guys who are maybe over the age of 25, 26, and they have some veteran status but not too old, they still have their prime talent for them at their age, they then now want to come to New York. But it all starts from the top. If you don't have a good development staff, then how in the world are you even going to bring these young rookie players from the draft into your organization and mold them into successful players? I mean,
Yeah.
that's how you have to do it. So they haven't done that in 10, 15 years. And there lies the problem. So you got to start somewhere. And right
Mhm.
now, there is absolutely no way you can go lower than this. And if you
No.
do somehow, whatever.
Respect at this point.
It's just I don't even know what to say, man. I just blasphemy. But yeah,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. It is hard, and just making moves to make moves, that's never going to suffice with Jets fans, and it certainly wouldn't
Yeah.
suffice with me. Um, but I'm good on that. It's time to move on. We've spent enough time
Yep.
on the NFL, so now we're going to talk about the NBA. Uh, Knicks go 1-3 on the week. They lose to the
Yep.
Thunder 103 to 100. I don't really care how close the score was. They failed another test. Um, then they turned around and they match up with the Nuggets real well. But A, they're in the Western Conference, and B, Denver's not going to the finals. So this win
No.
against Denver is nice and all. You beat them by 39, but it looks like you left all your talents in Denver. Because then you played the Lakers on Sunday. You lost by 17, 110 to 93. I got to tell you, I've never been more infuriated and frustrated with Jalen Brunson since he's got here than I was on Sunday.
Yeah.
7 turnovers. Do me a favor, Jalen. Pass the fucking ball. Pass. Find someone. And I'm getting a little annoyed and I'm getting very aggravated with the off-ball movement of this team. Nobody moves. Everyone stands around, puts their hand up, waves over to Jalen Brunson like they're saying hello across the street. And they're waiting for this guy, I don't know, to perform some magic. Guys, we don't want to ever hear Jalen Brunson's height as a crutch. But at the end of the day, the man is only 6'2". He's going to need some help at some point. And nobody moves off the ball. Nobody. They stand there and they don't go anywhere. The most movement that I saw in this game was Landry Shamet going from one corner 3 spot to the next. That was it. That's all I saw. Jalen Brunson taking stupid shots, looking at like an absolute foul baiter, okay? And just not performing the type of point guard caliber play that he needs to perform in order for his team to win. Not a good game. Holding the ball for too long, not passing, taking stupid shots. Shots that I could take over at LA Fitness. So, terrible game. And then they lost last night. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to waste my time watching a back-to-back at 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. I'm just not going to do it. So I didn't watch that game. I watched the highlights. I had to have me and Dom's friend T get giddy and excited about his team and send us highlights of the game. I don't need that shit. So they ended up losing to the Clippers. Not as bad, but by 8 points, 126-18. And I'm just going to be flat out with it. This team did not come to play. And one more thing that I'm going to say, Dom, before you begin your side of the rant. It looks like to me that when Karl Anthony Towns has a good game, this team just doesn't win.
So
they just don't win. More likely than not. Not every time, but more likely than not, they don't win when Cat does well. I don't get it.
But let me ask you a question. Does he really have a, like, air quote, good game, though? Even though he drops 35 points went 13 of 17 and 3 of 4 from 3, he was still a minus 12.
I know. I guess that constitutes a good game for him. And didn't he foul out?
Did he foul out?
It's one of them. The Lakers or the Clippers.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I was confusing if he did against the Lakers or last night, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. It was yesterday. You know, I'm sure from after what you said, I'm sure people are going to ask who are watching this in their head or in the comments or whatever, why aren't you talking about the Oklahoma City game and Shea? What's the point anymore? What? No matter how much she fucking foul baits, no matter how much she flops, you know what? At the end of the day, every single team that's not the Thunder has to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Every single team. It's
Correct.
not just us. It's not just us. And we didn't even though we only lost by 2, we still didn't play that good. We should have won. That was our game to win, and we lost it. And then now I'm seeing you know, popular WFAN radio, you know, they do great work over there. But it's always one of them that pisses me off. I don't know if you saw this video, Chris, about what I'm about to say, but this guy was making the excuse for the Lakers game that it was daylight savings time.
Oh, please.
And that's why
oh my God.
That's why the Knicks didn't win.
Because
they were on the West Coast and because of the daylight savings time. Whoever you are, please shut the fuck up.
Dude.
Please. You are embarrassing Knicks fans all over the fucking world. Don't even say some dumb bullshit like that. Do we make up excuses? Like, very little, maybe sometimes, we'll
No.
never say anything as dumb as that ever in our
Mm-mm.
lifetime.
No, not even that. But Dom, you make a valid point. There is no making excuses. Everyone has a tough schedule to play. Okay, this isn't football where you're only playing 17 games and maybe you're the Patriots and you get lucky. It's an 82 game season. Everyone's going to have multiple back-to-backs. The Knicks play Tuesday night. Yeah, we didn't mention the Raptors win. Don't give a shit about it.
No.
Tuesday, they played the Raptors in Toronto. They came home, played the Thunder on Wednesday. That's one back-to-back. Off Thursday, played Friday. Off Saturday, played Sunday, Monday. Two back-to-backs in a week. Yes, it's difficult. However, you have the best training staffs in all the world. You get all of the benefits that you could possibly get as a sports player. And once again, like Cat, like all these guys, OG, you're making millions of dollars. We're not going to make excuses for you. I didn't see that video, Dom. That is ridiculous.
Oh,
Daylight savings
I'll
time, we're using that as an excuse.
yeah, I'll send you it after
I
the
had to
show.
go to work at 9 a.m. on Sunday. Daylight savings kicked my ass, but my boss didn't care. I still had to get there. I mean, and this was from drinking the night before. I mean, I don't want to hear about daylight savings. I mean, are we kidding? That's a god awful excuse.
It's so
I mean,
stupid.
dude, play the game, figure it out.
You know, like just from watching that game against the Lakers, no one showed up. It just seemed like no one was ready to play. It wasn't just Jalen Brunson or Mikal Bridges or it was everybody. It's not an excuse. I'm not saying that as an excuse. If you were able to watch that game and just to see what was going on, I was like, oh, we're screwed. These guys don't want to play today. For some reason, I don't know why, but they just didn't want to play. But also, even though the Lakers aren't doing that great, they still have Luka Doncic. They still have Austin Reeves, who's having a career year. And I hate to say it because I hate the guy. They still got LeBron James, even though he's a fossil.
And he
So
didn't play. Dom, he didn't
it
play.
it didn't even play either.
He's got arthritis.
And statistically, the Lakers are actually a better team with Luka and Austin Reeves on the floor and without LeBron.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right? Yeah, with Brian Windhurst, he said that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you know what? A win is a win, a loss is a loss, and it's at the end of the day, it's still very confusing. And also, we need to figure out the reason of why OG Anunoby is Michael Jordan when it comes to playing the Denver Nuggets.
I don't know. It's crazy.
It's every fucking year.
He
It's
just
like one of his best games of the year.
he matches up well against them. The whole Knicks squad does. The thing is, and I want to add with the Lakers, Rui Hachimura is shooting tremendously behind the arc too. His numbers are insane this year, so that didn't help the Knicks either. I mean, OG, the Knicks match up great against Denver, but what I'm going to say is, and OG even played, you know, pretty well against Lakers and Clippers. Not great, but not terrible. He played all right. The problem is right now, and looking at the playoffs coming up, and I got to tell you, Dom, I'm so done with the regular season. I'm waiting for this next month to go by because, what I think this Thursday there'll be a month left of the regular season. So the way that the Knicks are playing right now, this up and down, this volatility is just not going to work in the playoffs.
No,
It's just not going to.
it
So,
won't.
and I know I said this already last week, but they're forcing my hand and they're making me say it every single week going forward. You can't beat the Toronto Raptors, then give up a test against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who I'd honestly bet my savings that they're going to be back to the finals this year, and then really just put an absolute ass whooping on Denver in their home court, and then look like crap against the Lakers, not ready to play. And then again, not ready to play on a back-to-back. You didn't even have to move out of the state. You just had to move a
Yeah.
little bit away from the Lakers arena to go play the Clippers. And you didn't do well there either. From the start, you looked terrible. They were down, I think, 9-0 when the game started because I was watching the highlights this morning. So this up and down, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, you got to start finding a balance within the next month because the Celtics now have Jason Tatum back. He honestly looks like, I'm going to be honest, I don't think that man missed a step. That
No.
man is back scoring points already. So they're only going to get better with Jason Tatum back. And of course, they have Vucevic from the trade deadline. I got to tell you, Darius Garland, I know he's gone from Cleveland, but Darius Garland looked great against the Clippers. I know he's not with Cleveland, but Cleveland still looks okay with James Harden and still Donovan Mitchell and all the guys that they have. Of course, Detroit's a problem. And now, from what it's looking like standings wise, the Knicks aren't going to miss the Detroit Pistons until the third round. I think they're going to see them in the second round if they even get past the first, which God help me if they don't. But I'm just going to put it out there, Dom. This very well may be Cat's second and last year with New York. Because if they don't go far, they're going to try to trade him for Giannis. Hands down. That's just what it is.
Doubt. You know, when it comes to Karl Anthony Towns, his last 6 games, right? 21.2 points, 14 rebounds, which is league leading, and 62.5% from the floor. You want to talk about balance. You do all that, and you're putting up minus 12, minus 7, when it comes to plus minus. You know, he's been doing good offensively, and everyone can see it. Everyone's talking about it. But for some reason, no one except for the New York Knicks media wants to talk about how bad his defense is.
It's
And
terrible.
he's part of the reason why our defense is so bad. They ignore it. These people ignore it, and I don't know why.
I want to say one thing. Cat's defense is bad. I watch him. He can't box out to save his life. He kind of just slaps at the ball, and then that's how he just generates so many fouls. And you know, his defense has always been an issue. Even the Minnesota Timberwolves fans have even said it. But there is one thing that I'm going to say, and maybe this could be a topic of controversy. I'm not sure. But this is just what I'm seeing. I know the Knicks want to conserve Mitchell Robinson with not having him play back-to-back. But him not playing on a consistent basis, I think you're not playing someone on a consistent basis when you don't have them play every game. If you watch him on defense, take the offensive and defensive rebounding to the side. Just take it out of the equation. He doesn't look that quick on defense. I'm going to be honest with you. I watched the highlights from last night's game, and even like other games that he's played, because he skipped the second game of the back-to-back, and then you have a day off after that, and then you play the day after that, consistency is not really there. I'm like watching him. Obviously, he's a tall center, so it's tough for them to, not deal with the blow-bys that the point guards and the shooting guards do on the big tall centers. But Mitchell Robinson looks slow. I mean, he doesn't look that quick.
Hurt.
Yeah, something. He's getting winded fast, and maybe he is still hurt. Who knows? He did roll his ankle recently in one of the recent games. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I know you want to try to conserve Mitchell Robinson's health, but you actually may be doing him a disservice with him not playing consistently because he gets out there. Okay, yeah, aside from the defensive, the defensive, and more importantly, the offensive rebounding, he doesn't look very quick, Tom.
When was against? He got hurt against the Raptors.
I believe so.
Yeah, he got hurt against the Raptors, and I think it was also the same surgically repaired ankle that he hurt. It's just so. It's just him like literally stepping on someone's foot, and it happens all the fucking time, and it's just so. It's honestly tragic that the fact that you could be so much better than what you actually are, and then just you stepping on someone's ankle a few times, and it's like causing so much damage to your career. It's honestly just sad at this point. But I think he's still hurt. Even if that didn't happen against the Raptors, I still feel like that they would be doing this anyway. But still, we got to win games. especially now, like what you said with Tatum back, and the second seed sounds a lot better than the third.
No, yeah,
You
but
know
they
what I
gotta get
mean?
there
So
first. Of course, I agree.
so we got to be winning games now, which leads me
Mhm.
to the last point that I'll say about the Knicks. So this is who we're playing in the next 7 opponents. Ready? At Utah, at Indiana, versus Golden State, versus Indiana, at Brooklyn, versus Washington, versus New Orleans. Chris, we better win every fucking game.
It's time.
Every fucking game.
Yeah, it's time. Winning
The
streak.
combined the combined record of the Knicks' next 7 opponents is 139 and 453. And also, the
Yeah.
Knicks, they don't play an opponent with a winning record until March 29th.
Wow. And if my memory serves me, Dom, that game is against the Thunder.
March 29th. I think you're right.
I think it is. I think it's in OKC.
Wow. Well,
Last
yep.
time I checked.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're
I
correct.
thought so. Yeah. So
So
what does
then we
that
play
mean? That means they have to get on a winning streak and take that momentum into OKC if they can even get it. They got to get the winning streak first.
we better have the best fucking month of our lives
Mhm.
because April's only 6 games.
Yeah.
March is 16 games, April is 6 games, and I mean, yeah, we don't really play anyone great in April except for the Celtics, which we could be playing in the playoffs. We play them April 9th.
Right. That's the game. That's the game that I circled. If there's going to be any 2 seed implication,
Yeah.
which I'm hoping they will be. So I'm fully preparing myself to watch that game anxiously on April 9th.
Yeah, as
So
of right now, we're 3 games behind Boston.
yeah, yeah, I know. It's not good. It's not good news. And there's one
And
last thing I'm gonna say, Dom. And I'll see if you have anything else to say before we move on to the MLB. I know Mike Brown wants to do this spray out to the 3-point line. What I will say is though, your boy Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, even Jalen Brunson a couple of times. If you're open in the middle of the court and you have a mid-range shot, please take the damn shot.
yeah, honestly,
I mean, how many times I saw Mikal Bridges against the Lakers have a wide open mid-range shot. This guy's kicking it out to a corner 3, and then the ball got stolen. I'm like, dude, shoot the ball.
just shoot the damn
What
ball.
the hell? Just shoot it. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we move on?
Yeah, we just better fucking win this month, like almost every damn game
You have
for the
to.
rest of the
This
month.
is this is it. It's time to go.
Yep, it's time.
Okay. Well, that's perfect because we're approaching the 1 hour mark. So that's everything with the Knicks. Now we're going to move on to the MLB. Dom doesn't really have much to say. He told me before we aired the episode on the Yankees. I have some stuff to say about the Mets. But Dom, whatever you have about the Yankees, you can go ahead and disclose it to the folks.
Uh, I mean, obviously, with Aaron Judge being the captain, uh, everyone's like he's not clutch. Even though we had a good postseason last year, the past few years before that, he didn't really have great numbers in the postseason. Now he's a captain for the USA team, and he's putting on a show. His first at bat, home run, and then also with the USA team, and then last night. He hit a home run too, as well as Roman Anthony did for the Red Sox. So the USA team's looking great, and we just gotta hope that Aaron Judge can shut up all those haters and keep on going. keep on going and don't shrink in the big moments. Yeah, even though you're 6'7", there's sometimes that you shrink. I hate to say it, but as a Yankee fan, but everyone can see it, not just me. So we just gotta hope that he does good and can lead this team because I know that Chris and we don't like the World Baseball Classic during this time, and I don't think anyone can blame us just due to possible injuries. But as long as they perform well and all the players from the Yankees and Mets get out healthy, then it's successful. Even if the Yankees, even if USA doesn't win, it's a win for the Yankees and the Mets if every player that was playing in the World Baseball Classic comes out healthy.
Yeah,
At the
I
end of the
agree.
day, that's all that matters. Don't get me wrong, this USA team could be way better. I'm sure a lot of players opted out
Hmm.
just in case of an injury, or they just wanted to focus on spring training with their team. That's what happened with Cody Bellinger. They asked him to play in Team USA, but he's like, you know what? I just signed this big deal with the Yankees, and I want to thank them for allowing me to return, and I feel like I owe them. So
Hmm.
I'm not going to go. I'm just going to be with the team,
Right.
and I'm sure that was a good amount of players that did it. I mean, look at Tarik Skubal. He left.
I was just about to bring that up.
He left.
Hmm.
Uh, why? Why? Because he didn't feel like playing anymore? No. There's a big risk that would. Am I wrong? Is it a contract year for him?
It is, yes, of
Yeah.
course. Oh
So
yeah.
it's a
Oh yeah.
con. It's a contract year for him. So he's not going to take any type of risk.
Mm-mm.
So
No.
you know what? As long as even if they don't win, which I honestly I hope the USA does win, but if they don't, and if everyone comes out healthy, that's all right with me.
Right.
I mean, no matter what, you win or lose, it's been great baseball. Every
Hmm.
single every single game has been great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, and then one more thing that I'll say
Mm.
about when it comes to the Yankees is the number 2 pitching prospect, Elmer Rodriguez. He took care of business last night in Puerto Rico with 3 scoreless innings. And I mean, hey, I didn't really know much about this guy, but watching him last night, he played great.
Mm.
He played really good, especially for a 22-year-old. I hope he gets better, and I hope that maybe we can even bring him up at some point. If he's gonna play like this, I'll take him on this team soon. Hopefully,
Good. It's good to hear because the Yankees always every team needs more pitching, especially from the minor league camp, because you can only spend so much. You can only, you can only try to trade and sign as many guys as possible. It's hard. It's a hard business to be in.
yeah,
So that's big. I mean, two things I'll say. Obviously, Dom mentioned the Tarik Skubal situation with him deciding to go back to Tigers camp. I mean, it is definitely his walk year. I'm going to be talking about him a little bit, but when I start going on to the Mets part of the segment. But two things I'll say is one, I know that people say, well, it doesn't matter if they're playing in spring training or the WBC. You have any opportunity to possibly get injured. It could happen at any moment in time, any day. True. What I will say, though, I do have a retort on that. Spring training, they're not playing 9 innings, they're
no,
playing like three or four. WBC, they're playing the whole game, which leads me to say there's more opportunity to get hurt. Again, knock on wood. As Dom said, yeah, it would be nice for the USA team to win, but as long as everyone comes back healthy to camp, we don't really care as much.
exactly.
So that's one thing I'm going to say. And then number two, Dom, it's about the Yankees. We already have gone on and on about how Spencer Jones needs to be up. George Lombard Jr. looks fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean, he is
I said it
good.
last week. Yeah, he looks
I mean, he
great.
is real good. I mean, watching him on Sunday, this kid can hit. I mean,
Yeah,
he can seriously hit. And I really hope the Yankees get their head out of their ass with Spencer Jones and George Lombard Jr. and not keep wasting their damn time on Anthony Volpe and Trent Grisham and Jason Dominguez in left field, who misplayed a ball once again against the Mets on Sunday. I forgot who hit it. It may have been either it was one of the three: Carson Benge, Jacob Reimer, or I think it was either one of them two, Jacob Reimer or Carson Benge. But he misplayed another ball in left field. I mean, he is awful in the outfield. It's time to move on from Jason Dominguez and Anthony Volpe, not just on offense but on defense too.
You know, I George Lombard Jr. He looks great. I said it last week. I didn't really want to just bring it up again just because I felt like I was like just repeating myself. But also when it comes to Jason Dominguez, he's not going to be playing at all, really, unless someone has an off day.
Mm,
Because Cody Bellinger is going to be in left, Trent
hmm
Grisham's going to be in center, and Judge is going to be in right. And our DH is filled with Giancarlo Stanton. So
hmm.
he's it sucks for the kid because you want to see him improve, and I mean you'd hope that he had some improvement this season when it comes to the outfield. We know he could hit. We know he can get on base. The only reason why he's not really playing is because of his defense. But unfortunately, there's no room for him.
hmm
And because of the news during the off season, by the way, or I think it was like near the end of the season that it came out that Anthony Volpe had a shoulder problem. For some reason, they just couldn't announce it during the season. For some reason, they wanted to hide it like the fucking JFK files or some shit. I don't know why, but because of that, now the front office of the Yankees is going to be like, oh, he's healthy now, so he's playing full time.
I don't
And
know what.
as stupid that is, it's so fucking dumb, and everyone with 2 eyes can tell that George Lombard Jr. has way more talent than Anthony Volpe did when he was a prospect, and
There's
he's
got to
not
be
gonna
a
be called up.
personal. There's got to be a personal relationship going on there between Brian Cashman and Anthony Volpe. I'm not really sure. I know you've said it before. We'd have to get down to brass tacks on it, but like, there's something going on behind the scenes.
I
I just don't. I don't know how many opportunities you can give somebody to keep showing you and the fans how shitty he is in the field. I just.
yeah,
I don't know.
like, also, like, what I've said was I just think that they're trying to, like, force themselves to, like, remake another Jeter.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is a kid growing up in New Jersey who has always wanted to be a Yankee. I mean, I'm assuming that he wanted to play shortstop for the Yankees too, ever since he was a kid. I don't really think he played any other position. I could be wrong. I gotta look that up. But I feel like it's just being forced. Like they're trying so hard to have another Jeter for some reason. Well, I
Mhm.
hate to break it to you, there's never gonna be another Jeter.
No,
Ever.
no.
Ever. Even
Nope.
if let's say for some reason Anthony Volpe has like incredible hitting stats for his career, even better than Jeter, but no one's gonna have the motivation, the demeanor, the character like a Derek Jeter.
Winning record.
So
Winning
and
record.
a winning
Winning,
record.
period.
And a winning
Just
record.
winning.
So
Yeah. Just a winning player.
so
Uh,
they gotta stop. They gotta
yeah,
stop with this bullshit and make George Lombard Jr. play. Make him
I agree.
play, but
I agree.
we both know that's not gonna happen.
All right. Well, that's everything with the Yankees. Regarding the Mets, I'm just going to come out with it. Carson Benge needs to start at right field on opening day. I mean, I'm going to read the tweet from Farm to Flushing, fantastic account that I follow. Another group of people who do a great job on Twitter. Carson Benge in 116 minor league games in 2025, 282 average, 15 homers, 73 RBIs, 22 stolen bases, and 857 OPS. Carson Benge in 8 spring training games, a 391 average, 4 RBIs, a 478 slug, a 918 OPS. Future opening day right fielder? Question mark. I'll answer that. Yes.
Yes.
That's a yes. The kid hates striking out, came out in public about it. He said it after a spring training game and post game. Hates striking out. says he thinks he always is letting his team down when he strikes out. So he tries to avoid it in any way possible, which is a fantastic demeanor to have. And on top of that, his arm is an absolute cannon in right field and in center field. Don't matter where you put him. And he's got great situational hitting skills. So, with all that being said, yes, I don't care where you put him in the lineup. Somebody said put him at leadoff, test the kid. Absolutely not. That is a terrible idea. But I would put him in the 9 hole, and that would essentially mean another leadoff hitter before Francisco Lindor, who, by the way, I mean, I was going to say it a little bit down the list here on my notes, but right now David Stearns is saying Lindor is still on track to start on opening day, which is massive. So that's great news. So again, I would have Carson Benge starting in right field on opening day. I just think he's showing every reason to get the opportunity. Another great prospect outfielder, AJ Ewing, who's been playing left field in place of Juan Soto playing at the WBC, who just looks like in complete midseason form at the WBC. He's hitting everything, and even if he's getting out, it's going all the way to the wall near the warning track. So he's just hitting everything for the Dominican Republic. AJ Ewing has also been producing this spring, hitting 294 with 6 RBIs, a 1 home run, 4 runs, 3 stolen bases, 3 walks. So he's shown a bit of patience at the plate. So that's huge. I do want to see if Carson Benge is playing today. Wouldn't be surprised if some of the other big names are playing like Bo Bichette. Here we go. Marcus Simeon, Jorge Polanco, Bo Bichette, Brett Beatty, Francisco Alvarez, Jose Rojas, Christian Pache, AJ Ewing's playing, and then Jackson Clough. So no, so Bench has the day off. Makes sense. He's played the last 2-3 games. Jacob Reimer and Ryan Clifford has shown serious bat speed and power. Ryan Clifford hit a freaking laser beam to the outfield yesterday, but we know
Yeah,
about his
that was
power.
impressive.
That was one of the trades that um, Billy Epler made when he did the trades the end of July 2023 to get Ryan Clifford here. And he is essentially the future first baseman. He has good defensive skill as well. But Jacob Reimer's a power hitting third baseman. I believe he can play other positions in the infield as well. But they've shown serious bat speed and power. Dom, were you going to say something?
Oh no, like after what you were saying.
Okay. I didn't
Sorry.
know if you were trying to say something and I just kept on reading. But
No, we're
Uh,
good.
uh, okay, that's what that. Lindor, as I already said, he's on track to play on opening day. Big deal. Luis Robert Jr. Is expected to play his first spring training game on Thursday versus the Cardinals. Supposedly, he's been playing in the backfields with some of the other minor league guys, and he's just been absolutely raking and hitting ropes. So that's great to hear. We actually saw him take a walk during Sunday's game when they panned the camera over to the backfields. So he actually forced a walk. So that was great to see because we obviously know about his past couple seasons with the strikeout problems. So we're trying to dumb that down and having Juan Soto be his right hand man. That's huge for having somebody lessen their strikeout percentage and numbers. Now I'm just gonna come out with this prediction. This is my personal prediction. From what I've seen with spring training, granted, yeah, he's hit the ball hard, maybe been unlucky at times, but I'm sorry, we're just not here for participation awards. Between spring training and the World Baseball Classic, I don't think Mark Vientos is going to be on this team for long this year.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
don't
ask
see
about
it.
that.
Huh?
I was gonna ask about that because I
Yeah,
remember last week, we were talking about Bo Bichette, and then you were also talking about somebody else at first base, and
Well, it was Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty. Yeah, I'm sorry, Brett Beatty, and I should have asked it or like last week, but I was like, I was gonna remind myself to ask it this week. What the hell is going on with this guy?
I don't know, but there was a tweet that came out. I'm gonna read it. Now, granted, after the tweet, he ended up getting a hit and a double. I think he got a couple of hits after, but what did he fricking do? That just moves him to 3 and 24, which, if you do the math, 3 divided by 24 is
He-
a 125
Oh.
batting average.
Yeah, think I'm at 24 divided by
Do you
3.
think I give a shit about a single and a double when you're hitting 3 for 24? It's a buck 25. Okay. Can't even get a soda out of the vending machine for that price. A buck 25. I don't care. He was
God awful.
1 for 22 when the tweet came out. And I'll look for it right now in my bookmark tweets here on Twitter to give the shout out to who posted it. At 2 seam fastball. Name is Austin. Mark Vientos is 1 for 22 combined between spring training and the WBC. He posted this 16 hours ago. This was yesterday, 7:41 p.m. I still think it's likely he makes the Mets opening day roster. He will, but boy, is this a disaster for him so far. Mr. Austin, I 100% agree. This guy, I just don't see him being on the team for long this year.
Yeah, I don't.
He's not going to have a solidified spot. I'm going to say give him a month and a half. Meet in the middle between 1 to 2 months. Month and a half. If this man is not producing and hitting, guess who's taking his spot? First name Mike, last name Topman. I think Mike Topman is going to get called up from the minors. I think Carson Benge should start in right field on opening day. He's been proving it. Yes, you still have another 2 weeks of spring training games, including today at 1 o'clock, which is on SNY. And he still has another 2 weeks to prove that he should start in right field. But if Mark Vientos is not going to produce as a DH role, can't play defense, as we already know. So if he can't hit as a designated hitter, call up Mike Topman, and he's going to take his spot as a DH. So that's my
Yeah.
prediction with Mark Vientos. Now, Dom, this is where I said I would mention Tarik Skubal a little bit down here. If I were the Mets, I would keep a close eye on the Tigers throughout the season and Nolan McLean. Now, take a deep breath. In no way am I saying you should trade Nolan McLean. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, is this is Nolan's first full season pitching in the major leagues. He only did it for a month and a half last year. So could he possibly start getting hit and get a bit tired come July? Yeah, it's possible. He's never pitched a full season in the major leagues. Where in that case, then, I would potentially call the Tigers if they don't play very well. It's already 4 months in. You're only getting Skubal as a 2-month rental. It should not cost as much. Yeah, it'll cost something, but it won't cost as much as if you did it at the trade deadline last season or in the offseason. It's a 2-month rental, which could give you an opportunity to put yourself at the front of the line to try to sign this guy early before the CBA expires. So you have him locked up, ready to go for whenever the CBA is agreed upon, whenever you start playing. Now, I also know that Freddie Peralta wants a contract extension. He said 7-8 years. Good luck to you. Not going to happen. In your wildest dreams, will David Stearns ever give you a 7-8 year contract extension as a pitcher? Not going to happen. So, do I see more of like a 5, a 4 to 5? Sure. 7-8? 7-8 is not going to happen. There's no way. So that's what I would look to do if I were the Mets. I would keep close tabs on how the Tigers play as the season progresses. And then when you get close to the trade deadline after the All-Star break, you maybe start picking up the phone and calling the Tigers and see if you can get a good deal for Tarik Skubal so that you can help out Nolan McLean, because there is a possibility. Hey, listen, I'll happily be proven wrong. If he can
Yeah,
obviously
literally.
continue to look like a very strong starting pitcher every fifth or sixth day, if they go with a six-man rotation and they don't have to look at Tarik Skubal, that would be great. But
That would be.
we'll see. But I would keep that deal open. And I think that's very possible.
So I was gonna ask you, um, I should have read up on it. Is Francisco Lindor, is he not playing for Puerto Rico because of his surgery, or is it because of the insurance?
Both. So what it is because he got surgery on his, so he got 2
Yeah.
surgeries.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
got
he
a
got 2
surgery
surgeries.
on his elbow to clean up whatever was going on with his elbow. Supposedly he was playing through it. Um, I know I related it to like the Volpe situation, but obviously two guys are completely different, not nearly the same talent. He got an elbow surgery. After that surgery, Puerto Rico, the WBC, which according to David Stearns does not run with the MLB teams, WBC does their own thing. They said to Francisco, "Well, you just got elbow surgery. Season's over. We can't see you play to prove that you're good with it. So we're just giving you insurance without even watching you play a single regular season game. Sorry, we're not giving you the insurance," which, if you think about it, makes sense because now he's getting surgery. The season with the MLB club is over. And now what? He'd have to play like in the Dominican League or like winter ball, like fall ball
Mhm.
in like Arizona. He's not going to do that. He's 32 years old. So that's why Puerto Rico and the WBC would not give him insurance. Bad Bunny tried to like cover his insurance. That's not a joke. That's serious.
Yeah, I saw
Bad
that.
Bunny tried to pay for his insurance, and the WBC said, absolutely not. We're not letting that happen because I guess it's still a liability to them and that organization. So that was the reason why. And then he probably realized that this handmade bone is giving me issues. I can't play for Puerto Rico anyway. And if I get the surgery now before spring training games start, I'll have time to maybe play for like a week or two in spring training. Let me get the handmade bone surgery. And that's where we're at now.
So if he was, let's say he was good to go,
Right.
right? After one surgery. After one
Hmm.
surgery, they cleared him. Would you still be all right with him being in Puerto Rico playing for them?
Yeah, because he's got to play. So
Yeah.
it's either
You
in
wouldn't
spring training or the WBC. And honestly, for a guy who just got surgery and needs to work his way back, yeah, go play. Yeah, I
like
would have been fine with it
you
because
wouldn't
you got to
you
play
wouldn't
something.
you wouldn't rather want him just in spring training?
Well,
You
he
would
would have
rather
gotten
see.
some reps. He would have gotten some reps in spring training before he left for the WBC. That's what Juan Soto did. Um,
No,
so
yeah,
no,
for
I would
sure,
have been.
but like it's
I,
just, it's completely different. It's like
yeah.
a spring training game compared to a serious World Baseball Classic where you're
Mhm.
playing with way more intensity. Like you would have been all right with that?
Here's the thing, right? I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but let's be real. If Francisco Lindor got the insurance covered by the WBC, and that insurance and all that coverage and the agreement doesn't relate to the MLB club, do the Mets have a say in it anyway? No,
True.
they don't. So if Francisco and you're gonna tell Francisco Lindor, whatever, a five-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner, practically, I know Steve Cohen said there'll never be a captain as long as I'm an owner, but practically your captain, you're going to say no. Meanwhile, he just got his insurance covered and all that stuff doesn't pertain to the Mets. No, you're going to let him
Yeah.
go play. So honestly, it's a moot point. But yeah, I mean, go play. You have to work out the kinks anyway. You'll get some time in spring training before March 5th. Then March 5th comes, you leave a few days earlier than that to start with the Puerto Rico club, with the Puerto Rico team, and that's it. So that's how it's that's just that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So yeah, that's everything I gotta say with the Mets. That's everything with the Yankees. So now we're gonna do take a seat. Let's predict. Dom, I mean, I'm gonna guess your record just out of the blue from everything that you said. I'm gonna assume you're gonna say Knicks go 4-0 this week. Uh, at Jazz Wednesday, at Pacers Friday versus Warriors Sunday versus Pacers Tuesday.
So, yeah, I mean, b- uh, because we're not as much as I want to say they'll go undefeated, I will say that they will lose to the Warriors.
Hmm.
So I'll do 3-1,
Okay. I think
three and
that's
one,
the
and then
right
they'll
game
lose
to
to the
pick if they're
Warriors.
gonna lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I as much as I want them to win, but also, Steph Curry, and also a lot of good teams that play in the Garden, they decide to have the best game of their life that day. So I expect Steph Curry to have a very big game.
Hmm.
Plus, we can't stop the three either. So we
No,
can't guard the three to defend our lives.
no,
So
no. That's another problem we didn't even discuss. But yes, but we've discussed it almost ad nauseum the other week. So yeah,
yeah,
that's true. For me, here's the problem: the Pacers are always a tough team against
no,
the
they are.
Knicks, always, and especially in Indiana. I'm gonna be honest, Tom. I hate to break it to you. I'm going 2-2. I'm gonna say they win at the Jazz on Wednesday. They get back-to-back losses at Pacers on Friday versus Warriors at home versus Warriors at home on Sunday, and then all right, they'll get redemption against the Pacers at home on Tuesday. But I'm going 2-2. I'm
Mm,
sorry. The Pacers are always a tough matchup for the
no,
Knicks.
they are.
Don't matter if when they lost that game at the time, Dom, they had 11, 12 wins? I mean, it was pathetic.
Yeah.
Um, which I haven't even looked at their record since the Knicks last played them. Do you remember what it is right now?
As of right now, it's 15-49.
Okay. That is fucking terrible.
Yep.
Okay. And only the Sacramento Kings are worse at 15-50. Wow. All right. Yeah. So I'm going 2-2. Dom's going 3-1 for the prediction. And I got to tell you, it's not even I hope. I'd be fine with. They have to make us eat our words because we're not giving them
Yeah.
the benefit of the doubt here. And they
Why
really
would
got to
we?
start turning it around, as Dom said.
Yeah, exactly. But why would we give them the benefit of the doubt?
Right.
They haven't. They didn't deserve it at any point this year.
Mm-mm.
I,
No.
I, no.
No.
And you know what? It seems like we say a lot of negative stuff, about the Knicks, but this isn't. It's not like we're over exaggerating anything. Like this is how it is. And
Mm-hmm.
if you've been watching the games, you would see the exact same thing that we're seeing. So I don't think we're really saying any. I don't think we're really having any crazy takes here about this team. But
No.
if you think differently, then should give us a comment or on any of our platforms, and we'll happily respond to you.
Yeah. Which I haven't done a great job responding to comments, I'll be honest. It's just now at this point, they're just stacking up so high. Not trying to boast at all. I'm just giving you how it is. There's a ton of
Hmm.
comments I haven't responded to, but we do appreciate everybody's comments for the shorts, the reels, the long form videos, the short form videos, everything that we do for the podcast. But yeah, I agree with Don. Leave us a comment if you disagree with the prediction, or if you feel a little differently than we feel about the Knicks right now. But all right, episode wrap up, Dom. Anything else you got to say before I wrap up the episode?
So when it comes to the Giants, it was a good first day. Um, it just sucks that with Cordell Flott, he really messed us up. He really messed us up here. I don't know now. I really don't know what they're gonna do at number 5. They
Mhm.
could get the dude from LSU. They can get Sonny Sonny Styles. Um, they can get Caleb Downs. You know, there could be a lot going on here. It also sucks too that the Giants could have also got Elijah Vera Tucker, but he decided to go to the Patriots, what does suck. Isaiah Likely, he's a very good pass catcher, but that's it. We also have to remember that being a tight end also has to do with blocking, and he's not a good blocker at all. So people also have to put that into account. For the people who are upset about Wandale Robinson leaving, uh, he's not tall enough, number one, and number two, he's no one, no one's giving him that money. Not one team except for the Titans. For
Mhm.
some reason, they had all the money in the world. So feel free. Thank you for everything, Wandale, but we're not giving you that money at all. We still need a wide receiver. That like we talked about Brian Thomas, even Juwan Jennings. I don't even talk about this. Juwan Jennings is still a free agent,
Mm-hmm.
from the 49ers, and they just signed Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm.
So they might not even
Right.
bring him back.
Right.
So
True. Good
so
point.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. He had a great year last year, Juwan Jennings. So I wouldn't be opposed to that. Save us a pick. So we don't have to get him in the draft, a wide receiver in the draft. When it comes to the Knicks, just straight up confusion. Just a lot of question marks still with this team, and it's only March. Um, I do give credit to Cat for improving his offense this last week or week and a half, but you still have to point out the defense. I'm sorry, you still have to
Mm-hmm.
point out how bad the defense is, and I'll just reiterate on this again. Uh, as long as every player is healthy, coming from the Yankees and Mets out of this World Baseball Classic, it's a win.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good points. Good points. And I like how you brought up the Jawan Jennings point. That is true. I forgot about that. So that was a good way to throw that into the episode wrap up. For me, the Knicks, they have to make us eat our words and go 4-0 on the week. As Dom said, I think they should have a long winning streak before they have to play the Thunder on March 29th in OKC. Try to get a winning streak first and then carry that momentum to the Thunder's home stadium. It's imperative. It needs to be done. It has to be done at this point in the season. This Thursday will mark, I believe, 1 month left of the regular season. So the Knicks really have to, get it together, turn it around, figure it out, form some sort of consistency somehow. So that's the Knicks. The Mets, Carson Benge needs to be starting in right field in opening day. He's proving it. Yes, granted, there's still 2 more weeks to go. We're only 16 days away from opening day, as I said in the intro. So not that much time left, but still some time to continue to prove that that Carlos Mendoza needs to, pick Carson Benge as the everyday right fielder for the opening day roster and make it a real, real hard decision for him, which he is already doing. So that's great. And lastly, the Jets have only made one good move. Okay, Minka Fitzpatrick. Yeah, you definitely got a much better safety in here, but he's 30 going on 31. It's a 3-year deal. Don't know how he's going to be this upcoming season. I believe he's a bit of a wild card. But in my opinion, you only really made one good, solid move, which was franchise tagging Brees Hall.
Yep.
And you need to make another real good move and go trade for Brian Thomas. I mean, you have to pull out all the stops and try to get this guy. You need a wide receiver too. And again, as I said, if you find a way to get Brian Thomas here and you trade for him, then you can go into the draft and just strictly go defense in the first, second round, really for any of the rounds. So, and especially the first and second. So that's everything that I would say. But all of that stuff has to be done in order to see some sort of success for the next week until the next episode. And of course, going forward. Dom, are you good?
All good.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to today's episode of the FTB podcast on either YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Be sure to like this episode and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss any of our shows. See you folks on Tuesday. Peace.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.